Types of e-commerce, you guys know the business to business, business to consumer, consumer to consumer, social e-commerce, mobile e-commerce, they call it the m-commerce, and then the local e-commerce. Are you guys okay with these concepts? Local e-commerce is when you use e-commerce, but for local activities. Do you see? For example, if this, yeah, or Razan, they try to sell locally, but they use the internet to sell locally. If you think about, let's say, the pizza house at the end of the street, they do a lot of e-commerce activities, but they really to sell locally. They don't want to sell anywhere outside this, neighborhood, but they do activities online. This shows you the growth of. This shows you the growth. What time we finish? 11:15. Okay. So here we've got this. This is to show you the growth. This is how much revenues in billions of dollars. For the B2C, business to consumer. This seems to be like a big number, $600 billion. You can see it's also highly growing. To show you the growth of business to business transactions. This is the amount of a company to another company. You can see it is in trillions now, so we're reaching like 7 trillion. You think about like all company to company businesses, they no longer, they just do it electronically. The internet worldwide network of computers created in the 1960s. Services included web, email, file transfers, measure growth by number of internet hosts and domain names. And what is the web? The web is the most powerful internet service. So we've got the internet, which is the network of the computers, and then we've got the web, which is the service, which is what you see on the Explorer or the internet browser or your Chrome. And it's developed in the 1990s and provided access to web pages, HTML documents that may include text, graphics, animation, music, videos, and web content has grown exponentially. Google reports 30 trillion unique URLs and 120 billion web pages indexed. Mobile platform, most recent development in the internet infrastructure, enables access to the internet via wireless network, cell phone service, mobile devices including tablets, smartphones, ultralight laptops. Guys are okay with these? We've got here the precursors. This is the origins of the e-commerce. This is, in the old days when they first started, these are like the three cases. And the book talks about the history of these, the Baxter Healthcare, the idea of electronic data interchange. The electronic data interchange, they used to have computers in different networks. Then this computer will make a file that has the information. They take this file, they take it to another company, they extract this file before the network where you can send. And the French Minitel, the video text in the 1980s, also tried to build some sort of a small network within the firm. None had functionality of the internet. So we used to have some computers, we tried to connect them, but we didn't have the internet. Okay, just local area networks. And then 1995, the beginning of the e-commerce and its first sale of a banner advertisements. First time we were sold in 1995. And e-commerce, fastest growing form of commerce in the US and the world now. 95 to 2000, we had the invention. Key concepts developed, limited bandwidth and very media. And it was euphoric versions of a friction-free commerce and first mover advantage. Do you guys know what's a friction-free commerce? We have lower search cost, disintermediation, price transparency, elimination of unfair competitive advantage. So the idea is, when the internet first started, people go on the internet, and Amazon was one of the first companies to be in the, the idea was, people want books and you need to search for books. So you need to get a network where people can actually go and see what are the books available, search for books, find books, get descriptions, and be able to order these books. So So the search, it was cheaper online than you actually go to a bookstore and you don't find a book, you go to another bookstore to find a book. Do you guys know that in the past people used to do that? Go to the first search, you don't find it, you go to another search, you don't find it, you ask, you call. And you also needed to go and find this intermediaries, right? So if you are a book publisher, that was been very expensive to have your book available for people if they want it. You see, you have to print it, and you have to find some, you need to make a big inventory everywhere so people can access it, right? But now, you put your file on Amazon. Anyone who wants the book in paper, they make the order, they print the book, they send it to them. You don't have to have inventory of books.
It was time consuming and money.
It was very expensive, was very time consuming, and now we've got this price transparency. The price, you put the price, the whole world know the price. But in the past, you go to the first bookstore, they tell you 100. What do you say? The other one tells you 50, but now all of them, they know what is the price, and the price become very transparent. And it eliminated the unfair competitive advantage. And you also have this first mover advantage, which is the network profit. Sometimes, if all the people use WhatsApp, will you consider going to Telegram?
Yeah, using WhatsApp as well.
Do you see? It'd be more expensive for the second mover. The first mover, they have the advantage. Do you see? First one, you do the WhatsApp, all the people go there, we have a network effect. All of the people, all of your friends use WhatsApp, then you need to be on WhatsApp, right? And if all of your friends start now to chat on WhatsApp, what you need to do? You have to join WhatsApp in order to, join your friends. And then what happens if you come in late is that you don't have that advantage. So you need to come late, you have to become more expensive for you to get your... And we also have the dot-com crash of 2000. You guys know the dot-com crash in 2000? In April 2000, all the companies that were dot-com, they just boom. They are no longer there. Investors didn't trust them. The stock market didn't trust them because they didn't make a lot of... I've got here this. I need to turn this off, right? And then 2001 to 2006, this age was the consolidation. Emphasizes on the business-driven approaches. Traditional large firms expand their presence. Startup financing, it was shrinking up. So, those people who want to start up their business, the money wasn't as much, where it was more concentrated on the good ideas. And there was more money on people buy the good ideas. More complex products and services started to appear. So, do you remember a product or that is more complex products and services that were started to sell? Started to sell, for example, the idea of let's say the e-lancing online. This type of services, more complex. Growth of search engine advertising.
Excuse me, sir. Just what's a product that's complex or a service that's complex?
For example, if we talk about this e-lancing. You guys know the idea of e-lancing? E-lancing is a place you go like Upwork. And you have been to Upwork and e-lance? No? Did you visit them? What do you do there?
You put your CV on it.
You go there, you put your CV, and you say, hey, I am good translator.
Yeah.
Like LinkedIn?
And then after you say, I'm a good translator, or other people will come to the site and they need a translator. So they will search, they will find you. And then let's say that you're a good translator, and for me, I need someone to translate. I've got my book and I need to translate it, right? So I will go to this Elance and I will say, hey, I have my book, it's a 35,000 words, and I want to translate it from English to Arabic. And I need someone to translate it in 1 week. And I want that to be this person to give me an example to translate those 2 pages, okay? And I will make it as a job. And then all of the people from the world will see my announcement on this website.
They want, they apply.
And then they want it, they apply. And everyone will say, okay, this is my proposal. This is my translation for the 2-page sample. And this is my CV, my experience. And then if you click here, you can see the reviews of the people before who have used me before. And I will do this for you for $700. And they send me the proposal. And for me, I will start to get those proposals. And then whatever proposal I get, I evaluate, and then I choose, and I select, and I hire. Are you guys okay with this?
Yes, yes.
Do you want to try to do this?
We're doing this actually.
You're doing this?
Yes.
Wait.
It's a portal, for translation portal.
Translation portal?
Yeah, it's everyone who wants to translate from, a language to another language, they have to put their CV, their information, their payments.
And then they get their money. And it can be for anything. It can be for translation, it can be for writing, it can be for design, it can be for programming, it can be for accounting, it can be for data entry. So we started to see these type of more complex. It's not an easy type of, but it's more complex. Growth of search engine advertising, business web presence expand to include email, displays, search advertising, limited community feedback features. This idea of feedback is becoming very powerful. Almost everything people now buy, they go read the reviews, see what other people have said about this product or service.
Even when downloading an app, you read the reviews.
2007, we've got this reinvention. We've got these online social networks that are becoming more of, the idea of Facebook has expanded dramatically. Mobile platforms, local commerce. There's a lot of companies that are local, but they advertise more online than they do offline. Entertainment, those games, they make, what is it? Candy Crush was sold for $9 billion.
Yes.
Do you guys know $9 billion? That's how much this country spent in 1 year. They made it on Candy Crush. Make Candy Crush and sell that. Transformation of marketing is coordinated marketing on social, mobile, local, and then analytics technologies. Do you guys know what's analytics technologies?
Software is to analyze the things.
It's a software that will analyze the data.
Online analytics.
Yeah, online analytics. Anyone have used Google Analytics? Okay, maybe you need to get familiar with Google Analytics in order to understand what Google Analytics do is, if you have a website or you have and you want to know how many people visit your website, where they come from, what mobile application, what platform they use, where they spend their time, how much they spend on your website, what do they buy, how they buy, what web pages they read before they buy, where they come from, what keywords they use if they search to reach your website. So it's to give you all of that information.
Yeah, these companies doing this in order to know which website has a long traffic to put their advertisement there.